If you ever wondered about the world of consulting, let me walk you through my personal pros and cons that I've observed working almost 2 years as a tech consultant at a Big Four. Now, this recipe will include 5 pros for sweetness and 5 cons for depths of flavor. Let's go. So let's start with the first pro, and this one's the most obvious, and that is brand recognition. Because of the name of the company, this gives a lot of credence to you as a top-tier professional. It indicates to the other companies that you bring a certain level of work ethic, a certain level of business acumen, and a caliber of professionalism to the table. If you make correct choices down the line in your career, you can end up with a star-studded resume. Now, a con, though, is unpredictability. You can be working at weird schedules, you can be put on to be meeting clients from different areas of the world, so you would be having to wake up earlier in the morning or working late in the evenings. Because the market is changing and with it the client needs, there's always going to be a degree of flexibility that you will have to have. It will always be changing. Once I was put on a project that was 3 months long, and I was asked to work a shift of 3 p.m. to 12 midnight, which for me worked out because I'm a night owl, but I can understand that a lot of people who have other priorities would not find this ideal. Now, another pro are the amazing people you get to meet. Very talented, extremely skilled. They all have their own forte, and you're not only limited to your own team. You work on a variety on interdisciplinary projects, and you get to intersect with other team members and add to your own arsenal of skills. You really get to enhance your value propositions. Beyond that, you get to hear some really amazing stories from people that you work with. I currently work with a project manager who's been in the military for 20 years, so it's always entertaining when he tells us some very interesting stories from his past and how he translated those skills into consulting. So another con you would be looking at is work hours expectations. Precisely because you're working with people of a certain caliber, you are expected to perform at a certain level. Your engagement, just like art, never can be fully perfected. It can always be cleaner, it can be always better delivery, it can always be something more, better, bigger. Because of that, you will quickly realize that people around you all share similar personality traits, and they all create an environment where it is expected to always overperform. There's of course nothing as bad as working 100 hours a week or even staying overnight, but keep in mind that there is a pressure to keep abreast with your colleagues. And plus, if you're based in Canada, I don't know about the other parts of the world, but in Canada, your work hours above what is set in your contract is not compensated, and you can't take it off as vacation time. So keep that in mind also. Another pro is that the company truly invests into their people to keep abreast of the market and client needs. They invest and offer to you a variety of amazing online courses. They pay for expensive certifications, and you get access to very limited and exclusive softwares and applications that you can use to hone your skills and put that on your resume. You feel empowered to take reins of your career, and you always feel like you're growing, learning, and just basically improving if you put your mind to it. Now, another con is lack of expertise. When you just start off, you are staffed on a variety of projects with a variety of clients. So your knowledge is very wide. You get to become jack of all, but don't really get to be a master in anything. However, as you develop and as you naturally have inclinations for certain projects over others, you get staffed more on specific industries. So you get to become a T-shaped person. So you have a wide spectrum of knowledge in almost all the fields, and then a very in-depth understanding and a set of skills when it comes to just a handful. So just hang in there and you will develop the necessary skills. This pro is one of my favorites, and that's the fact that you have a lot of flexibility. Because the company is expected to bring a lot to the client, a lot is expected of you too. So you really get to choose what you focus on and what skills you can nurture on top of the fact that you also can have a say in what industries you participate in and which clients you're helping out. So at the end of the day, you get to see how your actions impact the client, the company, and even the market. I found that this sense of control and autonomy has been instrumental in helping me get through the tougher parts of this job and get out all the grunt work and just be excited to meet the clients and help them solve their problems. Now, another con would be the starting salary. When I first heard what my salary is, I was honestly shocked. I realized that from what I've been hearing about, consultancy is not exactly accurate when it comes to the big four. I think in different places and maybe in different boutiques, they're paid more, and that's why people imagine that consultants make big bucks. But at the big four, because they can leverage their prestige and because they can leverage their brand name, they can afford to offer below industry salary. So I actually was earning less there when I just started than at my previous job. But as the time progresses, you get yearly salary reviews and can even be biannual. So it exponentially goes up. However, do be prepared that the salary at first isn't going to be all that great. Now, another pro that I wanted to talk about are the perks and the support you get at the company. So when it comes to travel, which is something that you always hear consultants do, traveling to exotic locations, that's not usually the case, and I haven't observed that with a lot of departments either. Usually the traveling that is needed is within the city itself to go to the client's company, or at most within the country, and that's pretty rare. But in terms of the accommodations, don't worry, you're not going to end up in a motel where they stuff the corpse in between the mattresses or something crazy like that you hear on the news. It's nice and comfortable accommodation, so that's a perk. I have to say the health benefits are extremely good, and they really pay attention to the mental health benefits and support. And on top of that, you get company-wide raffles and events and cocktail parties and casino nights, and this summer they're planning to rent out an amusement park just for the company employees in the evening. So I could take you guys with me on that little adventure if you're interested. But overall, it just keeps things interesting, and you get to see fun little things that they think of for you. Within this same area, I just want to mention the fact that the HR department is so well developed and there are so many mechanisms already in place that there is zero tolerance for any behavior less than professional, and there's a lot of support on every single level layer, and it's basically ingrained in each person to be there to support each other. So that's been a really amazing experience for me, working at this huge corporation that you would think would make you feel like a cog in a machine, but you're actually treated with dignity and respect at work and made to feel like what you have to say is important no matter what level you're at the company. Now, as the last con, and I feel like this is just something that's relevant in almost all the jobs, is the fact that you will still have to do some of the grunt work. No matter what your level is at the company, you will have to buckle down and chop down some vegetables before you can serve the main dish. It's not always problem solving and analytical thinking and creative applications of all of your knowledge. It's really sometimes you just need to do some tasks that require time and repetitive action. Alright my friends, these were my personal pros and cons of consulting. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, give your girl a like to support my channel. And if this whole time you were just wondering what do consultants actually do, you're not alone, because I've only found out probably 6 months into my consulting gig. So I'll link the video somewhere here. And if you want to see what my life looks like day to day as a consultant and get a glimpse at my fast and furious lifestyle, I will also link the video somewhere in here. And I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.
If I tell you